It's so good to be home. Just you and me. And one is the loneliest number that ever do. Two can be as bad as one. Donkey? Shrek! Fiona! Aren't you two a sight for sore eyes? Give us a hug, Shrek, you old love machine. And look at you, Mrs. Shrek. How about a side of sugar for the steed? Donkey, what are you doing here? I'm taking care of your love nest for you. Oh, you mean like sorting the mail and watering the plants? Yeah, and feeding the fish. I don't have any fish. You did? Well, look at the time. I guess you'd better be going. Don't you want to tell me all about your trip? Oh, how about I give him Podcheesy? Actually, Donkey, shouldn't you be getting home to Dragon? Oh, yeah, that. Well, I don't know. She's been all moody and stuff lately. I thought I'd move in with you. You know, we're always happy to see you, Donkey. But Fiona and I are married now. We need a little time, you know, just to be together. Just with each other. Alone. Say no more. You don't have to worry about a thing. I will always be here to make sure nobody bothers you. Donkey. Yes, Rumi? You're bothering me. Oh, okay, alright, cool, I guess. You know, me and Pinocchio were gonna catch a tournament anyway, so maybe I'll see you all Sunday for barbecue or something. Oh, he'll be fine. Now, where were we? Oh, I think I remember. Donkey! Alright, we'll cut it there.
That's good.
I call this one Little Shrek and Little Fiona. Get your one back up.
Upside down and it's all dirty and gross and grimy.
Wait, that wasn't in the script?
It is in the script.
That's what he says.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't in my script that I had here.
The fish are dead.
Yeah,
he must have ad-libbed that then. It's not in.
He probably did.
Yeah, Eddie.
I love
Mr.
that.
Murphy.
Oh man, didn't you guys just miss Shrek 2? You know, you just missed us going over Shrek 2, didn't you guys all?
We can like do that whole movie.
Legitimately.
That entire thing.
I gotta have another scene with Prince Charming.
It's been a long time since I've seen the whole movie. Long time.
For real?
Yeah.
You need to go watch it again.
I know. I mean, the first two Shreks I need to watch. They're
amazing.
It's been a long time.
But you've like watched the third one and liked it?
No, I said the first two are must-see viewing. I said the first two. The third one is god-awful.
Yeah, sorry, Justin Timberlake. It's just not doing it for anybody.
No, but literally they pull, like, every person that was on NBC at the time. And they're like, everybody from Saturday Night Live, The Office, you all get a chance to be in this movie. And
yeah.
It's like Saturday Night Live gone bananas on Shrek. It's horrible. It's not good.
No, and, I don't know. Shrek 1 and 2, they're just a special place in all of our hearts.
Those are the ones. The other ones you can do without.
Well, yeah, if you didn't tell, that was Shrek 2. That was the scene where, after the honeymoon of Shrek and Fiona, and then Donkey was watching the house. So, if you haven't seen Shrek 2 in a while, now's your chance to go watch it.
Mail and feeding the fish. I don't know.
Watering the plants. But anyways, welcome back to yet another episode of Bump That. Bump That episode 117. If you don't know who we are, we've got Brian in this corner.
Donkey!
We've got KT in this corner.
Donkey, think of the saddest thing that's ever happened to you. Oh man, where do I begin? First I was out town, the farmer traded me for some magic beans. I ain't never got over that. This fool went off and had a party, and they started trying to pin the tail on me. Then they all got drunk and started hitting me with 6 yelling, pinata, pinata! What is a pinata anyway?
And I'm Ileana, your host, and we are siblings who have a love for all things nerdy, video games, movies, TV shows, all things of that sort, and decided to talk about it here on the internet with all of you people, and here you are listening. So, welcome! We've got quite a show for you guys tonight, and, you know, it's been a while. It's been 2 weeks since we've been here. We took a little bit of a break. Katie went to go visit Brian in Minnesota, and then Brian went somewhere else, and I was here. So, yeah.
I gotta give an update about the Breath of the Wild thing with Brian. I think we've talked about that here. Is that right?
We've probably mentioned it before, that he can't get over What mountain is that called? Don't tell me.
Mount
Polymus.
Kushikara.
Yeah, Polymus Mountain.
Yes.
So the part that he was stuck on was trying to get the electric arrows.
The freaking shock arrows.
From the shock arrows from the
Without
lion.
I didn't
being
realize
detected.
that was what you had to do. I thought you had to go fight.
But
No.
we had told you, man. But here's the thing.
You have to
So
go fight
I
the
was-
giant Lionel thing.
No,
whatever the heck
and
it
that's
is.
not what you had to do.
I was so ready to just go in and do the thing. However, Brian's darling child or someone could
It
have
was
been
a child.
anyone. It could have.
Child.
I mean, I don't want to
No,
assume.
you can point fingers.
All right, I will.
I
so
would point fingers.
so the child, precious child of the Lord,
I mean,
deleted-
that was 3 years worth of gameplay.
which okay, well, I'm getting there. So it took I had to get him from the very beginning of the game. I had to restart because she had deleted his save file. I had to restart from the very beginning and go all the way to that point. It took me about 4 hours?
Yeah.
Oh my
I was-
gosh.
So you
I
did-
was
You
speed
did
running.
4 hours a game, which actually took me like 3 years, like 20 hours to play to figure out.
Oh my gosh. Why did it take you that long?
What do you mean? Why did it take me that
Because
long?
Breath of the Wild stinks, man.
No, because it's massive. It's massive because I had
There's
to
no
start.
talking, there's no cutscenes.
I had to start at the very beginning of the game when
Right,
he
you have
wakes
to get up. You have to get off the thingy. You have to do all the four
Great Plateau.
shrines.
Yeah, and I had to get off the Great Plateau and I had to make my way over to
Kakariko Village.
yeah,
Talk
Kakariko
to Impa.
and go to Hateno, the complete opposite direction of Zora's domain. I had to do a lot.
Oh, I bet I could have sped run that half your time.
I don't know, Brian. I was going pretty fast, wasn't I?
You were pretty going
I
pretty
would
fast.
I would bet you I can do it in 2 hours.
You know what? All right, that's a bet then. If you
I
can,
bet
if you
ya.
can, yeah.
2
Later
hours.
on, 2 hours.
I mean, the beginning of the game, I mean, just to go to Snow World and then back to the
But
one
I've
shrine
done
on
it.
top of the
No.
I
world.
have done it so many times already. I've restarted the game several times.
yeah, me too.
And watched gameplay several times, so I know the directions of where to go, where that guardian's gonna be in that little maze thing, so I can avoid it every single time.
Yes, me too. Exactly. The thing is, it just takes forever because the landscape is so big.
Right.
It takes forever, and having to. I mean, I wasn't doing any side quests or anything.
Mm-hmm.
There
that
are
was
side
just
quests?
me-
Oh yeah.
Okay.
What side quests did we ever come upon? I was literally.
You
We
have to talk to
did it.
people. You have to talk to people.
I
we
didn't
did
see
it-
any people. There's just like these lizard guys that are
He,
trying to
I don't think
spear
should
me.
play Breath of the Wild. I think he should just go straight to Tears of the Kingdom.
I think you should too. Just do Tears of the Kingdom.
It's
Lord.
easier and more.
You have more resources.
Yes.
You have more abilities.
I feel like it's also easy. It's just easier. Like the shrines are
I
easier.
don't know. Maybe if Link took off his earring or something, I just can't ever get over that.
Okay.
That's a you problem, okay? That's a
It's
you.
just
Calm
it's
it
so
down.
lame, dude. Take it off, bro. Is it gonna get it caught on something? That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I have to say about that.
Oh my gosh! Every viewer that has an earring that is male left. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
but it's-
a challenge has thus been issued though, Ileana. You have to get to not just to Zora's domain,
No,
but you
it's
have
like
to get
It's
to
a
the
Polymus-
Lionel.
Yeah,
it's
Polymus
even when
Mountain.
like Goku and Vegeta put on those earrings so they can fuse. I'm like, who thought of this? Why does Goku have to wear
Japanese.
those stupid earrings like that? And they
He's
just
gonna be
look
hung up on these earrings.
redonkulous. Why, dude? Why? Why can't you just wear like, I don't know, like a
bracelets.
hat? Yeah, maybe a bracelet. Give him a bracelet or
You
something.
got earrings.
my
You got
gosh.
bracelets. How about necklace?
Or a Chinese finger trap. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I don't know what you're wanting. He's a Hylian, and
I don't know.
that's what
This-
that's his get up. Okay, that's his get up.
I don't know.
It sticks him out. He's got the pointy ears. It helps him stand out. You got the blue earring. That's his thing.
I didn't even know he was an elf. I thought he was like a human or something.
He's a Hylian.
He's a Hylian elf boy.
There are.
I don't know what that
Oh
is.
my gosh, Brian. There are literal races in the game. You have the Zoras, you have the Gorons, you have the Gerudo, you have the Rito, you have
there
the
any-
Hylian.
Are there any Romulans, Vulcans, Klingons?
Is that Star Trek?
Yes.
What the heck? What are you talking about?
I can't stand either one of you.
Cardassians?
That's good.
Yes,
I like
they're
that one.
they're from space.
I like that one. But yeah,
Let's
I'll
move
see.
on.
I'm gonna time myself eventually and see how far I can get in 2 hours. I
Why would
think
you?
I can do it.
Don't waste your time. There's so much more fun stuff to do than have to do that for
Speaking
2
of-
hours.
Speaking
2
of,
hours.
way to bring it up. I just
Thank you.
started Pikmin 4. Good segue. Pikmin 4. I'm doing the demo.
Pigman 4?
Pigman. And those are my pig sounds.
Man,
Oh my gosh.
Pigman 4?
What? Can you do a better pig sound? I don't know. They kind of sound like that. Yeah, that's when you're picking them up and they're trying to freak out on you. But Pikmin 4, so far it looks very nice in quality. It looks really cute. This is my first Pikmin game. I'm just playing the demo right now. I'm trying to see if I like how it controls, because one thing that I regret doing, which makes me so sad because I wanted to love this game desperately, was Luigi's Mansion 3. And I love the way it looks. I thought it was fun. However, the controls were awful. I felt like I had to go right to go left to
I
go
second
right.
that. Yes.
And
yes.
it just didn't make any sense control-wise. So I didn't want to be trapped again being like, oh, well, this is like almost unplayable and I spent $60 on the game. So I'm trying to see if I like the controls of Pikmin and then be like, okay, now let me buy it. So far so good. I like the controls. The what's the pooch's name? I forgot. The little doggy in the game.
Oh man.
I don't
Don't
remember.
tell
its-
me.
Look it up.
Ochi.
Is it Ochi?
Ochi.
Yeah, Ochi works well. I don't have any problems so far. He jumps and he can, or she, I think it's actually a she. She jumps well on top of things, and she runs through like pots and whatever and breaks them. Olimar feels good on the dog, so far so good. I haven't had any problems. I'm thinking I'm gonna get it. Let us know down in the comments down below how you feel about Pikmin 4. Have you picked it up, or are you just waiting? Gotta know about it. But let's go ahead and jump into the news. All right, this writer's strike has been going on for almost 100 days, guys. This just
Yes.
insane.
Every day you see some new, like, hot stuff, celebrity actor come on on the line, and they're like, yeah, we're all staying together. Woo, yeah. You know, like, it's like a who's who of, like, Hollywood elite. you
Yeah,
know?
who is also
Like I saw
helping out with the cause.
Sean Penn was out there one day, Viola Davis, and just lots of other rando, like, oh yeah, I've seen that guy. Oh yeah, I've seen her. Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis was there, but there was a surprising person. Dang it, who was it? Her name just escaped me. That is like leading the charge on this. Oh my gosh, I'll have to look it up.
So there are going to be some long-term effects because of this strike. So far, we're already seeing that the Lilo and Stitch live-action film has been canceled. Hooray!
It's a good move, Disney. Good move either way.
Deadpool 3 and Gladiator 2 have been delayed. So negotiations are scheduled for this Friday, August 5th, but we're not sure how it's going to go. It seems like everybody's just really...
It's
in our-
complex.
Right,
It's a
but
complex issue. Lots of
Everybody
stuff.
is, I feel like, up in arms with the writers. Everyone's backing them up. The actors all agree. So far, I haven't seen anything.
Well, it's not just a
against.
writer's strike now; it's an actor's strike too.
That too.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen anybody like being saying no, let's stop this nonsense or anything. So I think everybody's in agreement that these changes need to happen. So make it happen.
And if you want to hear about numbers, this isn't even all of the people. This is just SAG-AFTRA. This is 160,000 actors.
Wow, damn.
Actors and writers put together, but that's not even everybody. The person that I was saying is Fran Drescher, of all people.
Oh, well,
That
she's
is
the president.
Yeah.
She's the president of the
exactly.
Screen Actors Guild. Yeah.
Exactly, and I was like, whoa, I didn't know that. And apparently she's like fully committed.
That's awesome.
Well,
and,
she has to be, otherwise she'll lose her office.
well,
Like
we're
Biden
not
or
going to
Trump.
talk politics here.
That's funny. I literally just saw her today on The Nanny. Like, we were watching a movie, and then it ended, and then it popped up for some reason. So I'm like, oh, that's Fran. I love her. Cool.
The Nanny's the best.
I love The Nanny. Great show. Down with Cece. Down. But anyways, so we'll see what happens. Next week we'll report on what happens on Friday. So let's just wait and see. It's going to be crazy, I hope. And I hope it goes in the way of the writers and of the actors.
I don't think anything is going to come out of this Friday.
No.
No.
Yeah, I think it could be extended.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just
More than
posturing.
likely.
They're going to go out there, throw some demands out, and then be like, well, here's our demands. And they'll just go back and forth for a little bit, make it look good. And then they'll go back to negotiating table. You never take the first offer. It's just negotiating tactic number one. Never accept the first offer.
What is that SpongeBob quote? The Mr. Krabs is in there. Something the oppression.
Oh man.
What is that?
Not down with the establishment. Oh Lord, it'll hit me later.
I
I'll
can't
just
remember
say
what he
it
says.
in the middle of this stream or recording. I'm just gonna say it out.
Hey, remember to edit this episode so this sounds good then. Okay, thank you.
Oh my
So we
god.
sound smart.
What? No.
What?
Oh, okay. I think I found it.
People know better than to think that we're smart.
Oh, where is it?
I'm so smart. SMRT. I mean SMART.
Yeah, I don't.
Snacks.
I don't know what it is.
Perhaps
I can't read it.
carbonated Soda.
But you know the scene
Dang,
I'm talking
you
about.
teased our audience, and now they're like,
I'm sorry.
Heck,
You know
man.
the scene I'm talking about, and the guy's like,
Yeah.
I don't know, but he's got a megaphone. That's exactly what he sounded like. So we'll see. August 5th. Moving on. Barbenheimer. That's how long we've been gone. Brian, eat your words. How
What are you
much
talking about?
money did you say that Barbie was gonna make? It surpassed how much you said.
Obviously, it's done very well.
And I
Very
told
well for
you it
itself.
was gonna.
And you know why? This is why it's doing so well.
Why?
Here's why nobody's saying why it's doing so well. Here's why. Because right now in film, whether it's streaming or in theaters, there are no romantic comedies. There are no movies with female-led comedy actresses. There's just none. Name a similar woman-led romantic comedy like this. This is literally, it's like Bridesmaids, except this movie is PG-13. It really is. I'm serious. This is the equivalent of Bridesmaids. When Bridesmaids came out, it was a huge thing. It was because it was a comedy led by women about women.
Yeah. I get
Just
it.
like when Sex and the City first came out like 20 years ago, the movie, it made huge numbers and it was rated R. This is a PG-13 movie, so you can take younger kids to go with families, so people are going to go see. That's why this movie is doing so well, and that's people got to pay attention to that. They don't make romantic comedies. They don't make romantic comedies anymore that are in theaters. When's the last time you saw a romantic comedy in a theater?
No, I'd just rather save my money. They're too
When's the last
expensive.
time you saw a female-led comedy not called Ghostbusters in the movie theater?
Yeah. So that did
That's
well.
why everybody's going to see it.
That did well.
Yes.
Amazing reviews. There's a lot of backlash about the woman thing and the men thing. Just shut up. Just watch the movie, okay?
I think Brian and I had differing views on the movie.
I'm thinking about it more, and I liked the movie. I thought it was funny.
Mm-hmm.
I just it's definitely a raw female power movie, and I'm all about that. Totally agree with it. I like the message. The message was also, I think they just thought, oh, men are just punks,
Yeah.
What I was saying is, what I told Brian is that I liked what they were doing with Ken, but they just didn't stick the landing.
Yeah.
And Ileana, maybe you can offer some insight on this too, but Barbie was very upfront with Ken saying, I don't like you like this.
Yeah.
You have to respect that, which that's correct.
And he did.
And she was saying, but we can find you. All you have to be is you. That's what we want you to be. And that's a great message. The thing is, the writing that they did with Ken after that was he still stayed a dummy head meathead. He didn't understand it. And the other Kens were the same. And Brian had a good point where they're like, oh, we're just going to have a full female cabinet and you dummy head men are not going to have a part in that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the part that I had a problem with as well.
Can we, we'll throw you a token, regional court spot. You won't be on you won't have, there's 11, 12 Supreme Court seats, 9 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You won't have any of those, but you can have like a county seat or something. Just
a county seat.
Yeah, so,
a school board seat.
Yeah.
So in terms of Battle of the Sexes, that was the worst that I saw of it.
But you know what? I'll say this though, really quick, and then you guys can give your point. That doesn't hurt me. That doesn't offend me. I don't lose my masculinity or who I am.
Woo! Strong man.
A lot of the conservative guys out there that are like just just shredding the film, like, oh, this is woman's theology and blah, 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 blah. Oh my God, how dare they make this movie and trash men. Dude, this is just a movie for the ladies.
Yeah,
just
it's not
let them
for
enjoy
you.
it. Obviously, they're not going to be hurting men into concentration camps, okay? They're not.
Oh my gosh.
It's similar to your, like,
We're gonna move
buff,
on.
manly movies like, oh my gosh,
Expendables.
Exactly.
Right,
Thank
and
you.
Yeah.
or
That's
even
like the
Fast
target.
or the Fast and Furious movies where they're using women as like objects and like there's butts and like sexy legs and stuff. It's like, and then the women are going, oh my gosh, we're just being used as objects. It's like, it's not for you. That scene is not for you. Not everything has to be for women and men. It can be separate sometimes. So
I like that. You know what? And I keep going back to the last line of the movie, which I thought was a slam dunk of a line. I thought it was so great. The last joke by Barbie.
I thought it was hilarious.
I thought it was brilliant.
The gynecologist.
Oh my gosh, we can say that on this channel.
We can say gynecologist.
Yes.
Anyways, but you see, that's the thing. I was like, that is so cutting edge comedy. It really is. Because for me as a man, I was like, oh, gynecologist.
Brian was like, hey, like literally like this, like, what do you think about that last joke? And I was like, I loved it. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, I kept thinking about him, like, but that's brilliant. Because that's something that a man, I'll never understand. I just don't understand that whole mindset of going to get that done, which a woman should go do for her health and all that. So for me, it was like
every year.
Oh. But for the ladies out there, I
had to educate poor Brian. I had to educate poor Brian on when is the time that a a girl goes to the gynecologist, and he's like, "Yeah, Ella's gonna be going soon." I said, "She had better not be." Absolutely
no,
not.
soon.
Absolutely not. So I have to.
Whenever she becomes a lady,
You need to become a
Then-
woman.
No, you need to be like married first.
no.
Like pretty
no.
much.
I
Yeah,
don't
pretty
think
much
so.
at that age.
I mean, what do I don't know anything.
You gotta
But
be around 18 or 20.
you don't
Yeah.
go when you're 15 or 16?
no.
You don't?
You don't need to go.
No.
Unless there's a problem, don't go.
Just
Okay.
go
And
get a
then when you-
physical.
Right, and then when you become a woman,
See? Hey, then this is
you
very
can
good
go.
news. I'm being educated, and I'll
She
take
needs
that
to
piece
be
of
of college.
information
She needs to be
and-
of college age.
and tuck that away.
And
So,
have the conversation.
I don't know.
Mom have conversation with daughter.
Thankfully,
This
we
is
have
what they
Mom.
will do while you're here. And then you're
Yes.
fine. It's
So strap in, lady.
No, what I loved about the Barbie movie was that it felt so woman. And it wasn't like feminist woman either, you know, because sometimes that
Yeah.
can be really annoying and
Well,
obnoxious.
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
I'm
It
not
was a
feminist.
little bit
I'm not feminist
No,
at
I
all.
agree with Ileana. I agree.
And I was just like, I feel like a woman. I
Wait.
can laugh at these girly jokes. I can relate to depressed Barbie.
I'm
I
gonna
thought that was so good.
I'm gonna push back a little bit on the feminist angle though.
Okay.
Because so when Barbie walks into Mattel, she goes to the top floor.
Yes.
And she's like, she goes in there, she's meeting with Will Ferrell and all the suits, and they're like, "Oh, so where's the woman at?" "Oh, there's
Yeah.
no women here." "What do you mean? There should be a woman." "Well, he's the CEO, he's
Yeah.
the CFO. Well, there's no women." "Oh, we have a woman outside right there." And I was
Yeah.
like,
Well,
Okay,
that's just
yeah.
very much how it is and how it was in Barbie World. So, Barbie World, only the women were in office. Only the women were
And
in
then the of course
position.
even the suits, the men in the real world were still bumbling fools that just were like wandering around.
And I take that
Yeah.
I take that as I don't know the ins and outs of Mattel, but I think that was just inside jokes at themselves, just jabs at themselves. Because imagine if you did have a whole cabinet of men deciding how a female doll
Mm-hmm.
should be represented. Like what
Two
kind of doll?
Females.
Yeah, what kind of doll are we going to create that is representing this type of woman?
Right.
And you have a man designing it, and nothing but men. That's kind of strange.
Yeah. I agree. It's just like to me, like if you had the board of Tampax or whatever, and there was no women involved in any sort of leadership position. At
It's like,
Tampon Board.
no, that's not how they should be
That would
shaped to
be
go in
little-
there.
Strange.
Oh my God.
So, you
So
know,
I think in
taking
that,
taking apart all of that, taking apart that, it was just a fun movie. Now, what I
It
will
was
say,
funny. It was funny.
it was funny.
fun.
What I will say is that towards the end, I was itching to get up because right next door, all right, I went in at 6:10 to Barbie and had an Oppenheimer showing at 8. The Barbie movie ended at 8:30. We ran to the theater to go see Oppenheimer and came in just in time. Y'all, that movie was 3 hours long and it was amazing.
I disagree. I didn't
No!
I
No,
didn't
you
like it.
don't!
Wait, really quick. Hold that thought. Just for our notes, Barbie so far has collected $774.5 million. Okay, just had to throw that
It'll
in
break
there.
Wow.
a billion. It'll break a billion.
Also, there's a
Continue.
cinematic universe coming for it as well.
Oh, we'll
so-
talk about that in a second. But Oppenheimer, go.
Okay. Why didn't you like it? What?
It was very long.
Yes, it was.
I feel Christopher Nolan's shtick about the moving narrative, I just don't always appreciate it. Sometimes I just want him to be straightforward. He does the flashbacks back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah.
And the film, it's just for one thing, I historically I have a huge distaste for films that have cameos, especially in a historical film like this. All of a sudden, you start seeing every big would-be character actor in Hollywood. You start seeing
who was like, whoa, that stands out too much for you.
I mean, you saw the kid from the Boys, Huey. He's in there. Josh Peck is in there.
Oh yeah.
You know, and it's like, what the heck is Josh Peck doing in this movie?
Yeah.
You know, all of a sudden you have Gary Oldman as the president, Harry Truman.
Was he really?
Listen, hey, you leave Gary Oldman alone.
Gary Oldman played the president?
I love Gary Oldman, but it's like, why? Why does it have to be Gary? Why does it? Because it's just like, oh, look, it's Gary Oldman. You know,
I didn't even notice.
Why?
He's such a chameleon.
The kid that plays the assistant to Downey Jr. is Alden Ehrenreich, Han Solo from the Solo movie.
He looked incredible as Truman. I didn't even recognize him at all.
Well, yeah, he's supposed to be Winston Churchill, not Harry Truman. So throughout the whole movie, there's just all these different... The professor from Stranger Things, the scientist guy, Eleven's daddy, he's in the film. There's
Was he?
Yeah, friggin'
See,
Josh Hartnett is in there.
Maybe you were picking out all these faces because you knew them. I didn't know a single one of them.
But I hate it. Just takes it away though.
It didn't take anything. The only one who I knew was Florence Pugh. Whatever her heckin' name is, that stupid UGH, whatever. She was the only face that I recognized, and Emily Blunt, of course. But everybody else, I'm like, I don't know who these actors are.
You don't know Matt Damon?
Yes, I know Matt Damon, but I knew he was going to be in the film. All of the names, like, at the top that I knew who were going to be in it, I expected to see them. But Gary Oldman, no idea he was in the film.
Anyways, I feel that the film was very pretentious. It's definitely a film that's in love with itself. The film had no heart to me. It was strictly like a scientific analysis of
I disagree.
Oppenheimer, and so it didn't. It was definitely about his fears, his anxiety about building the bomb, and then the aftermath of building the bomb.
How is that not heart though?
Because it's not. You never get a chance for him to open up and reflect. The only time he ever really reflects and opens up is there's a few scenes when he's giving the speech to everybody after they build the bomb, and at the very end of the film. Otherwise, he's just so aloof. And
but what if that was his character? If that's how he truly was in real life, if he was cold and quiet, he might have just been an intellectual. That was probably...
And I get that, but they didn't explore that too much. I think they went too much on just focusing on the whole if he was a communist thing or not.
If he was a communist, he was a womanizer, he was an intellectual. I feel like that was... They gave us... He had anxiety of this bomb that he had created and what it would do. So I felt like that was very... clear.
It felt like you go into the movie like, oh, this is gonna be a movie about a guy building the atomic bomb, and then how the actual construction of that would be. There's actually very, very little of that in the film.
Yeah.
Too.
But I liked what they did with it because they don't teach you any of that stuff in history class. I didn't know who made the atomic bomb. They never taught me that in school. They never taught me about the fears of the Communist Party and the people who made the bomb giving intel and whatever to other people. Or that just wasn't a thing. You always knew, oh, there were spies, but it didn't always seem like a big deal when you read about it in your history class, in the textbooks and whatever. So watching this film, I'm like, I had no idea any of that had happened. This was never taught to us. So they played it out in the movie like, yes, Americans were so happy about the bomb. You know, we built this thing and now the war is over. It's amazing. We destroyed the Japs. the Japanese.
Whoa, dang. You can't
That's what
say
they
that.
said. So,
Yeah, I know, but don't repeat it.
so that's all you learn in history class, that it was a great thing that the United States did. And this movie showed it was not all, celebration. It was a horrible thing that he now has this thing, and the blood is on his hands, was what he said. And they just didn't teach you any of that. I thought it was very, very interesting.
I don't know. I watched, before I went in to see Oppenheimer, I watched Interstellar beforehand, and I feel like the movie had much more heart and emotion than Oppenheimer. So it's not my favorite Christopher Nolan film.
I really thoroughly enjoyed it. And Robert Downey Jr. was awesome to me in that film. So, I don't know. But let us know down in the comments.
I didn't even know that he was in that one.
He's like the other protagonist.
Yeah, he will get an Oscar nomination for that film.
You think so?
Really?
Yes. Best
Wow.
supporting actor.
Yeah.
Downey Jr. for sure.
It really was
Guaranteed.
great to watch.
Yeah. Probably even Cillian Murphy will probably get a best actor nom.
Yeah, but you know who won?
The acting was
Ryan
excellent
Gosling.
the acting was excellent all around.
It really was. It was
Gosling?
wonderful.
Gosling will probably get that supporting nom too.
Gosh, I hope not. I did not love his acting in it. If I'm being truthful, it wasn't great. To me, at least. I mean, he was a silly character, but it could have been anybody. Anyways, so let us know down in the comments down below what you thought of Barbie, what you thought of Oppenheimer, or did you even want to see them at all? Let us know. All right, so you wanted to talk about that cinematic universe, Kate, about Barbie real quick?
Yeah, I just thought maybe it's interesting. It's interesting to think about. So, Margot Robbie, who played Barbie, has announced that they're already talking about making Barbie 2 as part of a Mattel cinematic universe. And I was thinking about, what on earth else could be in that?
I love the one line where they said, director's note or something like that. Margot Robbie should have not been able to say that line because she's absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. And she said, like, I'm so ugly. Like,
right.
No, not allowed.
So I was wondering, like, what other Mattel products could be turned into a movie. The only big thing I could think of would be Hot Wheels. I can't think of anything else.
Hot Wheels leading the way. Yeah. Come on, guys.
It had to be like
drive into the Hot Wheels car.
What's that video game? F-Zero? It'd be like an F-Zero video game or something.
It would be Hot Wheels or Matchbox. Those cars. Masters of the Universe, which I think would be pretty fun. And then for the little girls, you have Monster High and Disney Princesses. But that's really it, unless you want a wrestling movie as well, WWE. What is this?
Mattel, and they have a partnership
Did you
to make
see
toys, action figures.
Did you see in the Insider article that Polly Pocket movie starring Lily Collins?
Oh, jeez Louise.
So...
I'm tired of being tiny.
Oh my god. We are literally scraping the bottom of the barrel for ideas, aren't we?
Oh my god, silly putty. It's got a personality. I mean...
It turns into Gumby.
This is all from the Insider article, okay, that I'm quoting right now. Mattel is making an Uno heist comedy with Lil Yachty. Who the heck is that? I don't know. But
a rapper kid.
An Uno heist. You didn't say Uno. It's time to draw 4.
Wild card, bruh. What color do you want to play?
Oh,
red. An A24 type film about Barney.
Hey, A24 can do no wrong.
They're making a Barney movie with David
Daniel Kaluuya.
Yeah, Kaluuya.
Yeah, Kaluuya.
Yeah.
The alcoholic beverage.
I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce his name.
It's
Yeah.
spelled like that, and I don't know how to.
I'm
it's
pretty
like
sure it's supposed to be like a somber
K-A-L-U-U-Y.
Barney movie.
It says
I don't know what-
get out star.
yeah,
24.
I don't know what that means, but
Tom Hanks is going to space in an upcoming major Matt Mason movie.
wait a minute. What the heck are we talking? Is this real crap we're talking about now, or are you just making stuff up?
This is from the Insider article.
Insider
This
who?
has nothing to do with
Insider.com.
What? Insider.com. What is that?
It's a
Are
a
these
news.
actual? I know the
It's
Barney Project is real. Are the
Variety-
rest of these?
Variety reported that Mattel is partnering with Paramount Pictures to bring the story to life with Tom Hanks playing the lead role.
Of what?
Ironically, according to the New Yorker, Major Matt Mason was the inspiration for Buzz Lightyear in Toy Story, in which
Whatever.
Hanks
Shut
also
up.
starred. Blah blah blah. So
Now you're just reaching for crap. Everybody knows
Magic
that's not
8
true.
Ball is getting the horror treatment
Oh, jeez, Louise.
But wait a minute. How is this connected to Barbie? How
because
is
it's all
this-
Mattel. This is all Mattel.
So
And
what? Barbie is gonna fight the evil demons of a Magic 8 Ball? You know, Ken's got his hands on the Magic 8 Ball. Will Barbie ever love me? Don't count on it. No.
Mattel has been trying to create a Magic 8 Ball movie for almost 20 years. Who wants that? I don't. It's
This 8
time
Ball
to play a
keeps following
game.
me.
Let's see, what else do they have? Mattel. Katie's having a moment.
The 8 Ball keeps following me.
What is it, like
It's
a
like-
giant one chasing Indiana Jones or something?
Shake me, shake me,
The breathing.
shake me, shake me.
You know, the Magic 8 Ball just comes at your face. Mattel is making a new live-action Masters of the Universe movie.
That's been people have been talking about that for years.
And I can see that, but
that's been in development hell for a long time.
No, okay, just wait. Star Wars director J.J. Abrams is producing a gritty Hot Wheels film. Last
Hey,
year,
did you guys see
Mattel
the trailer
also
for
announced
Gran
a Hot-
Turismo? Did you
Yeah,
guys
it
see
looks
that?
good.
Yeah.
It has also Hopper from
Yeah.
Stranger Things in it.
Yeah.
Last year, Mattel also announced a Hot Wheels movie to be produced by J.J. Abrams' production company Bad Robot.
Yeah, but
Movie based on toy car brand is of the script, stage, a deadline said, blah, 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 blah. Mattel Film and Warner Brothers. Yes. Emotional.
Oh my gosh.
Abrams said the franchise will be emotional and grounded and gritty. That's interesting.
Look, I was thinking for the Barbie universe, Mattel universe, they engage with the other Barbie applications, like the Barbies that you have like the little pool wheelie, and then the Barbie can fly. Like,
Sky
Yeah.
Dancers, get it right.
Yeah,
Sky
it
Dancer
wasn't
Barbies.
a Barbie.
Barbie.
Yeah, it was
meets
not
the
a
Sky
Barbie.
Dancers, and the Barbies and the Sky Dancers do.
No,
Girl
Mermaid
battles.
Barbie was the best. I remember having a Mermaid Barbie, and it had a little button like right above her butt crack, and you push the button, and the tail flipped. It was amazing.
Holy crap! My Little Pony and Barbie.
My
That's
Little
it.
Pony, My Little Pony. Thomas the Tank Engine is also getting the live action treatment.
They've already done that with Mara Wilson way back in the day.
And your guy, Katie's guy, Alec Baldwin.
Vin
Eric
Diesel.
Baldwin.
Vin Diesel is planning to join another franchise with a Rock'em
I thought he was
Sock'em's
gonna be
robot
Thomas.
movie.
I thought he was gonna be
Rock'em
Thomas.
Sock'em Robot.
Rock'em Sock'em's robot.
Like,
No, you know who's gonna be Thomas?
In this train station, we're family.
Stop!
No, you know who's gonna play Thomas the Train Engine?
Who?
Jim Parsons.
No. It's our boy. It's one of our boys.
Chris
Tom Holland.
Pratt.
Yeah.
It's gotta be one of them. Thomas gets one curse word because it will be a PG-13 movie.
Oh my god. PG-13. Okay, alright, here's the thing. parents, if you're listening, if it's PG-13, do your homework first. If Thomas the Train Engine, wait. If Thomas the Train Engine is PG-13, it's probably for a reason.
Yeah.
Do your homework first before you take your small children.
There's allowed one F word, okay?
Wait, and then you're like, oh my.
Yeah.
How ghastly.
Oh!
These jokes are uncouth.
Oh! American Girl is another doll getting the movie treatment. Now
That's already been done.
That one makes sense because they actually have
They did that
names
one, that
and...
Kit Kittredge American Mystery Solver.
I had the books.
You know that surprisingly too well, Brian.
Yeah, he knew the name, Kit.
Watch movies.
I had her books.
Kittredge.
I wasn't. Yeah. We didn't have enough money to get the doll, but I had the books.
You had Weird Barbie. That's what we could afford for you.
Yeah, Weird Barbie. Matchbox is another one. What are you? This is stupid. MGM and
You're
Mattel.
making stuff up.
This
There's
is
no
from
way
an
all
article.
This is real.
MGM
an article of crap.
MGM and Mattel are also creating a movie about Viewmaster. Do you guys remember the Viewmaster?
Yeah, the little binoculars thing
with the little circle where it has the pictures.
What if it turns into something like Ready Player One?
This is my life story. This is how I was born, in my second birthday, and today I'm watching what I'm doing right now. How is this possible?
Wait, this is tomorrow.
I can see the future now. Oh my
Wishbone
God.
is Mattel? Like what?
What?
Boglins
the dog that reads books?
Yeah. I don't know.
PBS?
Okay, that's all of them. That's all.
All right, enough. I'm sorry.
Barbie
I brought it up.
meets Arthur the Anteater.
Stop bothering us. I love DW. She's like, hey, Francine, can I tell you something? Yeah, what's up, DW? Why don't you go home and stop bothering us? I love it.
This sign can't stop me because I can't read.
Let's get a live action Anteater movie. Let's make it happen. Come on. All right, so that's the apparent Mattel cinematic universe. We'll see if that insider article stands its ground. I'm just reporting what the news people say. Okay?
I'm holding out for Masters of the Universe, but that's it.
Yeah, that's He-Man, right?
I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all right. So moving on, movies that we have not really talked about, but I think we mentioned maybe once, but it's been kind of shoved under the rug, is the TMNT movie, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which looks cute. It looks cute.
It looks good. I don't think it's gonna do well at all box office.
And it's gonna suffer from the syndrome of they are doing the Spider-Verse animation style, and I think
it's more what I noticed, it was more of the versus the machines. What's that family that fought the machines? Yeah,
Mitchell's
it's more like that, akin
but
to that.
it all of that stemmed from what Spider-Verse did, and so everybody's like, oh yeah, we can mix media somehow digitally. You know, we're gonna take 3D assets and we're gonna mix it with 2D assets and drawing and sketching and make it look all different and cool. And so Spider-Verse did it first, and then other people were inspired to do their take on it. Like the Puss in Boots movie did the same thing. And while it's a lovely style, I feel like all animation coming up is gonna start looking like that, and it's all gonna get, we've seen this before, you know, it's gonna suffer from the Spider-Verse syndrome. But it still looks like the four characters, the four brothers, will have good chemistry together on the screen. But I feel like I haven't really seen many trailers out for it, like on TV or anything. I've only seen them in theaters. So
all I've seen, and again, it's one of those things that just annoys me, where they show the characters from the movie and then they show who's voicing them. and like that's
Yeah.
why I'm supposed to go see it because Maya Rudolph is doing a character in the film.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Like
it
that.
wasn't Maya Rudolph. But Seth Rogen is doing what he's doing Bebop.
Yeah, but I mean, just Maya Rudolph's doing some, I guess, female character, and a bunch of other, Seth Rogen buddies are in there, and it's like, but why? It's
Right.
not necessary for this kind of movie. Like, all much is, oh my gosh, Maya Rudolph's doing the voice. Wow, she's so talented. No, nobody cares.
And I feel like
Maya,
that's
Maya, we got Maya here.
That's always
See, no
been
one
a thing,
cares.
though. Like, you're gonna have Jackie Chan, Seth Rogen, some other kids that I don't know, John Cena, Ice Cube.
But
Post
why would you make
Malone.
that part of the marketing for the film, though? Why
Because
don't you
that's
actually make it?
always been a thing.
But why don't you make this is the Ninja Turtles? It's not like the first. It's not Kung Fu Panda 1 where
Right.
we need to know who all these people are. This is the Ninja Turtles. They've been around for 30 friggin' years. Everybody knows who the Ninja Turtles are. Focus on the Ninja Turtles. Don't
Yeah.
focus on some actress that maybe one or two people know about doing the voice. It's not important. It doesn't matter.
All you old folks, you guys remember how much you love Paul Rudd? He's gonna be there.
Oh my
But-
god! Because of course he will.
I love Paul Rudd, but yeah, Maya.
Yeah,
Rudolph
we
will be
love.
there.
Everybody loves Paul Rudd, but it's like, oh, Paul Rudd is the Shredder. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know why. What for?
That's like back burner stuff. It really should be the main focus, that it's these characters that you love, not the voice behind the character now.
And really, I think it takes away from the animators. They worked hard to make this film, but it's being overshadowed by these people that are allegedly supposed to be uplifting this film.
Yeah,
I think-
it's just very shallow. It just makes the film really shallow. Just like when we saw the Mitchells versus the Machines, we saw
Right.
that film. We didn't care about who did the voices of the mom and dad or the brother and sister. It was just them. That was the story. We focused on them, the actual animated characters in the animation. That's the selling point. That's what we all wanted to see, was the story. It's not about, all this huge cast of funny people doing, working for 2 hours recording lines,
And dang it, Maya Rudolph was in that one too.
Do you remember that? I think it was a DreamWorks film. I could be wrong. I don't know who made this film. This train wreck of a film. It had Will Smith in it playing Will Smith as a spy.
The
but he turns
pigeon,
into a
the
pigeon. Yeah.
the spy pigeon movie.
Yeah. See, I think that was a detriment.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
That really backfired. In
Tom Holland, who's like 25, is playing like the kid.
the
sidekick.
nerdy kid, because of
Yeah.
course he was.
Spies in Disguise.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and that's
You know what?
That's
I'm-
a 20th century studios film.
I think I would rather watch that Fists of Fury or Furs of Fury. What is it?
The
Pause.
Legend of Hank.
Paws of
Pause. The Legend of Hank.
But I think it was more of a detriment to know who is voicing that guy that was clearly Will Smith,
Yeah.
animated.
You know what's sad about Will Smith now? The first picture that pops up when you search his name is him crying.
Oh, because that one. I thought it'd be the meme.
The one
meme.
with him talking to Jada.
Yeah, that
Oh,
one. That'd
ugh.
be the one I would thought would be.
It's
the
like,
main
great, you
picture.
searched me up on the internet, and the first picture of me is of me crying. Oh, that's wonderful. Thanks.
Poor Will, man, poor guy. Don't.
He-
Don't
fell.
even know.
No.
He fell so far.
Don't listen,
No.
man. No.
No.
How are we even talking about
He
this right
fell. He
Why
fell
did
from-
you turn into Gilbert Godfrey for a second?
now? Son of a good. Listen,
Like, look how wonderful he was. Like,
Dude.
look at him.
I don't know.
And-
I hope it's not the Scientology that got to him. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
It's bad.
There's a lot of things that got to him that made him make a stupid decision. But we're not. That's for another day. That's another day. We gotta move on. Ileana, we gotta move on.
Okay.
Yeah, you're the host. Come on,
I'm
move
sorry.
this thing on.
Okay. All right, good news for Pixar. Gosh, they need it. They need it. All right, I think Elemental has crossed the $400 million threshold.
Yay.
Good for them.
Yep, just wanted to report on that. That's all there is to it,
So they broke
need it.
even? They broke even?
I suppose.
And you know, they released that trailer for Elio, and I haven't seen it since. They released it back in like what, April or May or something, and we have not seen.
When was that supposed to come out? When was that film supposed to be released?
November?
Holiday
December?
season?
Don't quote me until I check it right now. Just kidding. Release date March 1st, 2024.
Okay.
Nowhere near holiday. So
Okay. No, it's Easter. That's like Easter holidays.
So they showed us a trailer
showed
for
us?
it. They showed us the trailer, and like
When does Wonder come out? The other big Disney.
that's
animated film.
just Disney.
Wonder or Wish?
Oh, Wish. I'm sorry. Yeah. When does Wish come out?
That's coming
Wonder,
out this year,
Wish,
November.
literally
That's
the same
our
thing.
holiday film.
Okay, so where's the buzz on that one?
That one
That's a
we
good
have
question,
not
'cause
seen
that's
any
coming out
trailers
November.
either. I don't know. Chris
Okay.
Pine's in that one. Oh,
Just for the record, the budget for Wish is $200 million.
Wow.
yeah, it's because it's in a 2D, 3D style. It's got that going for it. Speaking of Chris Pine's in this movie. I want to say it real quick. The Dungeons and Dragons movie that came out this year with him in it, it was great. It was so much fun to watch. Just putting that out there.
I'll be the judge of that.
It was very nerdy, but not too nerdy, and it was good. So
I'll be the judge of that.
So good on Pixar for Elemental. Still haven't seen it. I have no desire.
Yay.
sad.
Woo.
There was one movie, the Flash movie that came out is already on streaming. So
Good grief.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
that's
God.
I even forgot about that one.
it's already on streaming.
Jeez,
Louise.
it's so bad, dude.
What was their box office?
Don't people get fired for this kind of stuff? I mean, the director is making another movie.
They're all on strike.
I know, but the director, they're like, hey, we're gonna give you another chance to make a movie, but that kid can't work again. He can't show his face and make movies again.
Oh, Ezra? Oh.
Ezra, heck
Absolutely
yeah.
not. It got a 64% on Rotten Tomatoes.
No, the movie was decent. It was very decent. But they hyped it up. They hyped it up to say this was the greatest superhero movie ever made. They even had Tom Cruise say, "Whoa, that was amazing." I saw the new Mission Impossible, best movie of the summer. Best movie of the summer. I need to make sure I put that out.
Whoa.
Yes, no, Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning Part 1, best movie of the summer, the most efficient. It blows Oppenheimer out of the water. And
But did Indiana Jones?
it's better than Indiana Jones.
Wow.
In terms of action and executing the action, it is an excellent, best movie of the summer. I'm
So
telling you,
the
it was so
unfortunate
good.
thing is that it has not been advertised.
Which one?
Mission Impossible.
I don't know what's up
I
with
saw
this, man. Yeah,
I saw
I know.
Indy everywhere. Maybe because it was a Disney Plus thing, but I feel like I saw it everywhere.
I wonder
and I have
if
maybe seen one commercial for
they
Mission
decided they
Impossible.
weren't going to advertise the Mission Impossible movie because, you know, Top Gun did so well.
They were
"We
like,
don't
oh
have
yeah,
to."
everyone's
We don't
gonna go
have
see
the
it.
audience, the billions of dollars that people saw to spend. It'll just leak in. It's so. I think Mission Impossible didn't do so well at the box office, but literally, it is the best movie of the summertime. I
Yeah.
don't know why. I don't know why people can go see it, but
It's because it's not advertised.
It's exquisite. It is.
No one knows about it.
exquisite.
I didn't know about it until you guys said something about it, and the movie I think was like 2 weeks from release. I'm like, what? I didn't even know this movie was coming out or that it was even being made.
I think
So-
it was. I think that was the final weekend. I think it's done after that. So.
But
By the way, The Flash made $200 million.
Wow, worldwide or just domestic?
it just said box office.
Yeah, I don't quite know.
Oh my
However,
gosh, dude.
it is the 5th lowest ranking DCEU movie.
Dang.
What did worse than that? Oh Lord.
Shazam.
Wow.
Oh yeah, Shazam was not good. I'm sorry.
What?
I did not like Shazam at
I
all.
like
I thought
Shazam.
it was so cheesy
No
and
one
corny.
wanted
and
Shazam.
And then
I
the
like
second
Shazam.
one,
Nobody
no.
saw that.
And
though.
you know what? I feel bad for this movie because it actually does look good, but Blue Beetle, that's not gonna do well either.
No,
That's
it
not.
looks
Nobody's
bad.
gonna see Blue
It
Beetle.
looks so bad. I'm sorry.
Hey,
No,
all
I
you
actually- it
Mexicans
actually
need to go
looks-
see Blue Beetle.
Okay.
It's true. Blue Beetle is a Mexican character.
Yes, I know, but you don't need to call all
Hey,
out the entire Mexican
They have
community.
to, just like how Black Panther had a huge black African American showing. It
Are
did.
you gonna say? I can't even say it.
You
It
stop
did.
it right now. Hey, we're Hispanic. We can say those things
Mexican.
about the Mexicans.
What, Mexicans?
Mexicans.
We can't say Mexicans?
Oh no, we
Mexican.
can. But I'm sure other white people can't. You sit
Haitian.
down. Anyways,
What's wrong with saying
moving on.
Mexican?
Get off of this. We're gonna get in trouble. It looks very much like I would be a 14-year-old boy and be like, yes, I want to go see the Blue Beetle movie.
Nobody
but-
can see Blue Beetle.
A 14-year-old boy would be like, yeah, that looks good. A 9-year-old boy, yeah, that looks cool. I like that.
No.
It has George Lopez in it.
Nobody
I don't
knows
A
know
who
who
George
9-year-old
Lopez
boy
is.
does not know.
Nobody
They don't know who
knows
George
who
Lopez is. The parents do, though. Who take the kid to see it.
Nobody's
Speaking
parents
of-
know who George Lopez is.
Betty was in a movie that I just recently watched. What did I watch that she was in? It was a Harrison Ford movie. Oh, what was
Who?
that movie? Betty, George Lopez's mom in the George Lopez show.
Oh.
She was in a movie with
no, Benny, not Betty.
whatever. She was in a movie with Harrison Ford that I was like, who is that woman? And I looked up. I'm like, oh, that's why she's so familiar. What was that movie? I don't remember.
Moving on.
Moving on. So yeah, there's Blue Beetle also coming out. That one I feel like I've seen all over the movie theater. I'm
Really
kinda
quick,
just-
this came
look.
out today after I think Sister Katie released the show doc. I did see Gal Gadot is talking with those guys over at DC about doing Wonder Woman 3.
Awesome. Let it happen.
She's
I
gonna
don't know
get
how they're
Cleopatra
able to do
soon.
that on a writer's strike right now, but whatever. I
She's
saw
just
that.
kind
The
of
head-
like, hey.
Yeah.
the headline was out there.
Hey.
So if Gal Gadot is connected to Wonder Woman 3, I'm all in.
Oh yeah, the first and second one were awesome.
Even
Her
though,
theme music is.
Pat Jenkins isn't in there. So.
I am all over going to go see Cleopatra.
I
she's
don't
playing
know
Cleo-
what to expect.
She's playing
Is-
Cleopatra.
Is there a
Listen,
trailer after that?
No, but I love Gal Gadot. I think
Same.
she is an awesome role model. Like, you want
She
to
does
talk
have
about...
an action movie coming out on Netflix. Straight up Netflix
Yeah.
action movie.
She is one of those people where, okay, I am 33 years old. I'm probably way more immature than I should be, but I look up to
Strong women.
strong, intelligent women, and she has got it all.
You
And
need
so-
to you need to make a clipping of her and stick her on your mirror in your bathroom.
She
too.
was. I took those down so I could put some new ones up. But she was okay. So now everybody's like, "What's going on with your mirror?" Okay.
Put Michelle Rodriguez in there right now. She deserves to be there. She kicks
Yeah.
butt.
Yeah, except she can't pronounce Tekken.
She drinks.
I still hold that against her.
Put her on your mirror. She is so cool.
So
drinks a lot.
everybody knows what's
She
going on
looks
with
like
my
she
mirror.
does.
On my mirror in my bathroom, I have pictures of strong, intelligent women like Rizzoli, Detective Rizzoli, Jane Rizzoli.
Mother Teresa.
No.
Strong. Physically
I had
strong.
I had Serena Williams because I love Serena Williams. Was on my mirror. I had a lot of other people. So I'm updating it now though. So
You had I think I remember
You had
seeing
Deb from Napoleon Dynamite on there.
Gwyneth Paltrow from Goop talking about her vagina smelling
Oh
candle.
no! Why?
oh no.
I went there. We talked about gynecologists.
No,
It's full
as a
circle
matter
now.
of fact, I do not have Gwyneth Paltrow anything in my house.
Goop.
Stop
No, no,
saying
no.
that.
Goop. You also had, what was that judge that passed away? That famous judge. What was her name?
Judge Reinhold?
No, not that.
Oh, not Ruth Bader Ginsburg?
Yeah, you had her on your mirror too.
No.
Strong female
What are
women
you talking
in
about?
power.
Oh my gosh.
Let's move on.
Okay, so
Oh my
mostly
gosh.
they're fiction. Mostly.
Strong
Mostly.
women.
Oh my
Anyways,
gosh.
all right, moving on. The new episodes of Futurama have aired on Hulu. I have not seen it, but have you guys seen it? I don't know why we're still talking about Futurama. I'm sorry.
Because I love it, okay? You can put a sock in it.
I think you're the only one who's addicted to Futurama. I don't know anybody else who is.
Man, okay, so the new episodes came out season 11. They're coming out weekly. They have 2 episodes out at the time of this recording. Billy West sounds so old. He sounds like he's losing his voice. He does the voice of Fry as well as the professor, and he's like just old.
Aw.
But other than that, I like the humor. I think they're kind of taking a step back a little bit. They're trying to ease their way into it, but they also had a good narrative on the first episode saying, you know, sometimes shows need to come back, or they need to be canceled once or twice or even 3 times and then be brought back refreshed and renewed. And I wanted to get your guys' opinion on that. Should shows be canceled a few times, let some time go by, and then be renewed?
I don't think you have to use the word canceled. I think you can just
Yeah,
say...
I mean, that's what happens.
No, I think you can just say, like, okay, we're gonna hold off, we're gonna put it on pause. I don't think the word cancel, because then that just sounds like it's not gonna come back.
Well,
At all.
It wasn't, but if you think back to Family Guy, it was
Yeah.
canceled. It was canceled by Fox,
Yep.
and then it moved to it was picked up by
Adult Swim.
Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, and then it was brought back to Fox, and it was put. I think it was put on Comedy Central. I could be wrong on that, but within those times, it was canceled twice, and that's just Family Guy.
Right, but I don't think they need to be canceled to be great. I think you can take a pause, you can take a break, just like how movies do. They, you know, years in between a movie, a video game, they go into production for much longer, and I think they show their craft better when they go on break. They don't have to cancel. It doesn't have to be like, oh yeah, this is canceled 5 years go by. Oh, it's coming back. Wow, that's amazing. You guys thought it was canceled. You say, you know, we're going to pause after this season, or after these 2 seasons. You're going to get the season finale and then break. And that's what I liked with Avatar. You know, granted, it was nail biting and you wanted it back so badly, you'd have to wait a whole year for the next season to come in. But I think that's what made it great at the same time. You didn't get fed everything all at once. You had to wait week by week to get a new episode. And that was, you know, sometimes 18 weeks, sometimes 20 weeks, maybe longer. And then you're going to wait a year to see the next one, to see the next season after being left on a cliffhanger. And
Just like in the 80s.
right. And I think that's perfectly fine. It could have been a 2-3 year wait, and I still would have been so excited for it to come back. But it doesn't need the term canceled, because then that adds like a negative connotation to whatever it is that you're watching. Like Family Guy was canceled. Oh, why was it canceled? Oh, because the director and the writers, you know, didn't get along, or the actors, the voice actors, you know, quit and they said that they weren't coming back and they couldn't find a guy with a similar voice to replace, stuff like that. It just sounds negative. So that's my thought.
Okay.
Wow, you're welcome. I did all that for that?
No, I agree. I agree and disagree, but it's all good.
Well, all right then. Let's, I guess, move on to the next segment, or whatever I'm doing
Do
here.
it! Do it!
Oh, my chopped liver. All right. So, Nickelodeon. We're switching gears. We'll be broadcasting a kids version of the Super Bowl. It's actually the Super Bowl, but aired on Nickelodeon, and you will bet there will be more slime and SpongeBob. Why is that news?
Listen, I'm just trying to mix it up a little bit. We don't usually talk about Nickelodeon on this show.
No, and do people still watch Nickelodeon? Like, I watch it on YouTube TV, but that's because I have YouTube TV and not cable. Do people still have cable?
Only noobs, I guess. I don't know.
Who pays for cable? Let us know down in the comments. Are you a noob and have cable? Claim
Or
it.
satellite dish.
Oh, ooh, no, break that. Burn it outside. Anyways, let it get hit by lightning. Switching to video games, Nintendo rumors are heating up with the potential news of the alleged Switch. Yes, I actually have been seeing this.
The news has been heating up. I've been seeing a lot of it.
It feels like it's real. It feels like we're close, like it's on the cusp.
They're saying like release is like next year. That's what I've been seeing.
Yeah, like late
They're
next year.
Hardware
But is it a whole new
rumors.
console or is it just an upgraded Switch?
Nobody knows.
No, and I'm really hoping they stick with what we've got. I don't want to let go of my Switch just yet. I know they love to do gimmicks and they love to switch it up all the time, but I think they really did something different with the Switch, being able to literally switch from home console and handheld console. And to like switch that up right now would be like, I'm not ready to get a new console and not do
how
this
old
anymore.
Is the Switch? How long has it
Almost 7 years. Almost.
No,
It's 6. It's 6 years old right now.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I
that's the
mean,
math.
it still feels so young.
Exactly. And
It
the
feels like
Wii-
why I feel like you still got a good 2-3 years left out of this thing.
Right, and
Definitely 2 full years of being a top 2 sales. You
games
know,
are still
nobody's buying
coming out.
Xbox.
It's just the graphics are not holding up as much anymore because you're looking at PlayStation, you're looking at Xbox, even PC games. The graphics are better. They're running better on these engines, where the Switch is just chugging.
And you know what is becoming a bigger competitor, which I thought when it first came out, I thought
The Steam Deck?
no, the Steam Deck. You could just download games from the computer,
Yep.
like right online onto your Steam Deck.
And people are like,
so-
oh yeah, I'm going to start replacing my Switch with a Steam Deck. And so I think maybe that's why that came out, 2-3 years ago? And maybe that's why Nintendo's scrambling and being like, okay, we've held off long enough. We gave you guys the OLED. Now, what was the other one? We gave you guys the Switch Lite and the OLED. Now it's time for a Pro. Okay, we're going to boost up that hardware. We're going to make the capacity, the screen, the graphics, everything better to compete. However, we're going to keep the same gimmick. And that's I think what across the board everybody would love.
I agree. If they came out with even just a pro version of this, it still allows accessibility to your old Switch without alienating it, but you have that choice to upgrade if you want to and be able to play these bigger games, these bigger and newer
with
games.
4K HD
Longer lasting
graphics.
battery.
Yeah.
Because these people who want to play Diablo or no, not Diablo, Doom or something that's on the Switch. Is Doom on the Switch?
Yeah, probably.
I think it was one of those games. It starts with a
Gotta
D. I can't remember it, but one of those where it has a lot of stuff going on, a lot of high definition graphics that are just being muddled by the Switch's hardware processing. Yeah, you're like, dang, I'm not getting the full effect, and it kind of ruins the gameplay for some people. Skyrim, everything looks muddy. Stuff like that. It's slow. Golly. What will Pokemon do? If they get a high definition game, they can't even keep up. What are they gonna do? So
poor
I
Game
think
Freak.
it's across the board. I think what everybody wants.
So you had Nintendo, Super Nintendo, then you had N64, then you had the GameCube, and then after GameCube you had the Wii, then you had the Wii U.
And in between that,
and
you
then
had
the Switch.
in between that you had like the Game Boy, the DS, the
So where do we
3DS
go
Lite.
from here? Do we go back to a regular home console?
No.
No.
You can't.
don't think
you can't
so.
go back. You're like Frodo. I can't go back.
I don't think they can. They made it so accessible for everybody, and it was everybody
Bigger-
got a Switch.
it was-
Bigger, badder, faster. I mean, it's just like
Yeah.
pump it full
Because
of.
you gotta think of. You actually have to go back to the Wii. Think about how revolutionary the Wii was with motion controls.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And what that did. Now the Wii U, it didn't quite nail it like it should have, but it took those same it took the motion controls of the Wii and the tablet of the Wii U and put it together to make something brand new. You can't go back from that.
And, thinking of hardware stuff too, we finally got rid of thousands of cables. You have 2 cables, okay? You have an HDMI and you have a wall plug. That's it. I wonder how they will also keep going forward with that as well. Like design-wise, what are they going to try to do? Is it going to be a Wi-Fi thing? We're just going to have a wall plug and it
Does it
syncs up
connect
to your
to
TV.
phone?
Yeah,
Connect
stuff
to your
like that.
phone,
Are we
something
finally
like
going to
that.
get internet connection?
Does
Not
it have what's the
browsers is what I meant.
what's
Get
the
a
thing
browser.
that you put on your head, the
VR.
VR stuff,
Yeah.
They kind of have that with Labo.
So they
Kind
have
of.
many outlets to go, but I think the handheld home combo is something that you can't go back
I
on.
mean, nobody else is doing that.
Right.
So
Except the Steam Deck. But Steam Deck doesn't have a
but the
docking
big
station,
two,
does it?
Microsoft and Sony aren't doing anything like that. So
Yeah.
you have
So
that
we'll see.
that part of the market, I mean, your market is the casual gamer, still
Mhm.
families. Why move from that? Just make a Switch that's bigger, better, faster, stronger, more powerful. I don't know.
Yeah, throw a Daft Punk sticker on it. There you go. All right, moving on. We've got Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 is a thing, if you can believe it.
Nobody
Now,
cares.
that's just insane. It should not be like a second game. It
no
should just
one cares.
be DLC. You're getting Jimmy Neutron, Azula, and Plankton are just a
What
few
the
of the
heck,
rumored
man?
additions.
Oh my gosh.
There's art for this, cover art, and they're adding, allegedly, so many new people to the game.
Pete and Pete?
Oh my gosh, are you serious right now? Let's see.
Oh.
So they're
Ren
adding
and Stimpy? Or Ren and
No,
Stimpy in the first one?
Toastman is in it. No, they already have Garfield. Let's see.
Garfield's not in it.
Not in the first one?
Garfield's
Odie?
not
He's
Nickelodeon.
in the second one. No,
Well,
yeah,
he was on
is.
Nickelodeon. His show
Yes,
was
he is.
featured. He wasn't made by Nickelodeon, but Nickelodeon bought the rights to
Oh.
do the Garfield and Friends show.
Ew.
So
on there.
so here's what it looks like. Here
The
are
Angry
some of them.
Beavers.
Yeah, Angry Beavers. You've got Gerald.
Gerald.
I'm
From
a
Hey
man of the
Arnold.
world, my brother.
Leonardo. There's someone here. I don't know.
the
who
Penguins
that
of
is.
Madagascar.
The grandma from Hey Arnold.
Oh, yeah, she's crazy.
Let's rescue the missionaries.
She's crazy.
Mush. What's that? El Tigre.
Okay. That makes sense.
And Norbert and Daggett from the Angry Beavers. You know, the best
What's
show
that one show
ever on Nickelodeon.
That made top 10. I think it was number
That-
8.
that Sister Ileana would watch that was so dumb? It was about like some caveman guy who was like, it was a
Caveman?
3D show, like a caveman.
Oh,
the
are you
tag-
talking?
We have
Yeah.
an episode named after him. About that
Yes,
one.
Tack
Tack
and the Power of
Juju.
Juju.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. No,
Yeah.
but
Tack and the Power of
Ember.
Juju. Hey, I
Ember
watched
from-
it, but I was not invested, okay? I don't want anyone to think I actually
have-
liked that show.
Repairman, man.
No,
on
these
there.
are only animated. Sorry.
Okay.
You're getting Ember from Danny Phantom. Tell me who you love.
Yeah, she's great. Why can't we play a skulker?
How about Jorgen from
Jorgen von
Jorgen!
Strangle.
yeah.
That would be a good choice.
Yeah.
That
In
would be
fact, I
good.
don't see anybody. You know what? I bet you that'd be DLC.
Play as the Pixies.
Bet
What
you
about
anything.
Doug Dimmadome?
Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dinsdale Dimmadome. That's
right.
right. Doug Dimmadome,
Dimmadome.
owner of the Dinsdale Dimmadome.
Anyways, I'm trying to think of other Nickelodeon TV shows. Cosmo and Wanda would be like a ice climber type thing.
Philip.
What?
The nickel. Cosmo and his nickel.
I don't remember that
It's a
one.
girl nickel.
I don't remember that. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's wasted on you.
I'm sorry.
You know,
Vicky,
I
Icky
always,
Vicky. You know?
yeah. This show is so underrated. It's disgusting that how underrated it is.
Hell's
The
Wick.
X's.
It
What?
had like one season, Kate.
What are you
I
talking
know.
about?
I know.
What show?
The X's.
Never even heard of it.
It was a family of spies, and it was so freaking good, but
No,
it was
that
not
sounds
popular at
God
all.
awful.
It
It
was
sounds
not.
like an
No, it was
Incredibles
so good.
wannabe.
Why don't
What
we
year
have
did that come
Fanboy
out?
and Chum Chum on here?
We all know the reason. We know the answer to that question.
What year
Okay.
did the X's come out?
Like 2005.
It was like 5, yeah, around that
Oh
time.
my gosh, that was when they started just like my dad is a rock star.
Yeah. The Backyardigans. We can play as Otis.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
Hey, maybe there'll be some DLC where it's like Blue's Clues.
Rocket
Like you get all the
Power.
you get the Nick Jr. Characters like
Lazy
Oswald.
Town.
Salt and Mrs. Pepper. Yeah.
The Wild Thornberries.
Nigel Thornberry is there.
What's it called? Why is Jenny the robot not on there?
She is on there.
Is she?
She's on the first game. I've got her.
Oh,
Remember that
She's
one
DLC.
Teenage
one
Robot.
show that was supposed to be like Harold and the Purple Crayon, and the kid had like a chalk
Chalk
world or
Zone.
Chalk
Chalk
Zone.
Zone.
Yeah,
Rudy's got the Rudy to booty.
Some of these shows are
Rugrats.
Golly,
garbage.
man.
The Offbeats, any of the characters from the Offbeats. You
No
know?
one even remembers that but you and me, okay?
Just like you remembering the X's. I don't think there's a single other
I
person
don't
on
even
this
know that
earth.
show. I don't even
you
know
guys
the
gotta
X's,
go
man.
back and watch
There is
that
not another
gem.
single person on this earth, I
Never
think, that
even
remembers
heard
that
You guys
show.
gotta go back and watch that.
Even the
gem.
voice actors who played the characters don't remember that show.
I did
Only
what?
you did.
Man.
I had this little like portable TV thing. It was like this big, like a little box that fit in my hand, and it came with tiny little discs, and one of the discs was the X's TV. I could watch like 3 episodes on it, and I'm like, why is this one of the shows? No one likes this show.
I do.
Oh, it was awful. I'm sorry, it really was.
90s chipmunks, you know.
This is what it looked like,
Oh,
Brian.
man.
It was like super power family.
Oh god, that looks so bad, dude.
No,
was-
don't
it was
even.
that
It was
time.
so good. It was so good.
I mean, it's got every like James Bond gag probably just coked in, you know. Just...
Nevertheless, we are
Oh,
getting
God, that
Jimmy
looks
Neutron,
so
Azula,
It was
and
basically-
Even
Plankton.
the animation looks like something that somebody was on meth when they made it, and they're just like,
Look at the mom.
yeah, she's.
It's literally
she's
they were playing off of The
she's methed
Incredibles.
out. She's methed out, bro. That yeah. If it came
can't
out in
stand either
2005,
one
that's
of you.
perfect because Incredibles came out in 2004, and they're like, let's make our own. Perfect, thank you, done.
Let's do that too.
I've got to be on the golf course now. See ya. And that's it.
I
Leave my
can't stand
kids.
any of you.
All right, and last bit of news. This has been a news-heavy episode, and that's all you're getting today. So if you made it this far, this is the end of the episode, pretty much. Woohoo! There's
I'm
no chunk
so
today.
cynical today. I'm just loving it.
Super Mario Wonder, okay,
Ugh.
we're still talking about video games, surprisingly, has gotten some game teasers
Let me look
and
this stuff up.
No.
I'm sorry, game testers. I can't read. Sweating a little due to the spike in difficulty. Could this actually be a control breaker of a game? You know, taking the controller and just over your knee or throwing it against a wall. What does that spell out for future Mario games? Nothing.
Oh, there's like an elephant dude in here or something.
Do you know how freaking hard Super Mario Bros. Wii is? That's hard, okay?
It's only hard when you're playing with 3 other people.
It is
challenging
so hard.
but fun. It's so challenging. I would say it's more challenging than hard.
It's so hard. I
They're
could
not gonna
not
give
do
it
those.
to you.
Super Mario 3 for the Super
This game looks
Nintendo
pretty fun.
is hard, okay?
Do you mean the NES?
I thought it was a Super Nintendo.
No, it's the NES.
Was it
I'm
really?
watching this little video right now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Super
Well-
Mario World came out for the SNES.
Oh, that's the one I'm talking about.
Is
Isn't
Chris
that 3?
Pratt
Oh.
gonna be voicing
No.
Mario?
It's just Super Mario World. No, he's not voicing Mario.
Why? That's a good tie-in to the show, man.
Movie.
Yeah, what you know what I'm talking about.
Whatever.
This just looks like any other Mario game.
No, it doesn't.
I'm looking at it right now.
I've seen it many times.
It
I've
looks
seen
it
that
looks
trailer
fun.
many, many
it looks
times.
colorful. It's
It
got
looks fun.
good.
It looks off-putting to me for some reason. I don't know why.
It's a different style.
There's
Definitely.
It's
a little bit
different
more
style, which I
color.
don't care about. They're standing at different angles. They have more abilities. I don't know why it looks off-putting to me.
Mario's face seems like it has a lot more expression.
It does. He also has more animation in his
Yeah.
like body.
There's
like
more
completely.
lighting, more like bells and whistles to the graphics. It looks like,
I'm excited for it.
you know. I mean, but these Mario games are so well made. The
Yeah.
controls are always really well done. I mean,
Very intuitive. Always.
but I mean, you let like a
Anybody can
5-year-old
play.
play this game. There's no way a 5-year-old or a 6-year-old could play this game efficiently. You know?
Not without those cheat code books that you guys used to get with the.
No, but they're like back in the day, like a Mario game was so simple: jump, run, that was it. And now there's so many twists and turns and puzzles and just obstacles that, you know.
But think about it like this: when we were kids, video games and the computer were still new. Like that type of stuff was new. Kids are playing Minecraft at like age 2. Okay? So they can play a Mario game and it'd be really easy for them.
Yeah, well, look at how dumb everybody is now in the world. So,
Okay, Cynical Brian needs to go home.
especially everybody younger than me. So,
Cynical Brian, sit down. You're done today.
Cynical Brian, sit down.
You
gonna start using
silly
that.
thing. Cynical
Brian
Brian.
calling. How can I help you? Pretty
Cynical.
much everything that you're doing is wrong.
Oh my gosh. Well, anyways, that will conclude this week's episode of Bump That. I mean, that was just a very news-heavy episode.
We had been gone a few weeks. We haven't even talked about Mr. Pee Wee Herman
Oh,
passing
yeah.
away.
We're talking about it right now.
Oh, and
Well,
Sinhead Connor.
I mean, we didn't. Yeah. Okay. We didn't. Cynical Brian. sit
Cynical
down.
Brian.
I just literally thought of that. Her name is spelled Sinhead. Why has nobody ever said that? Rest in peace, Sinhead.
Oh my gosh!
Can we
so
close back the show?
Oh man.
In the news
Oh,
today,
man.
famous Irish singer who sang Nothing Compares to You, Sinhead O'Connor, passed away at the age of 50.
You know what's bad is that my husband Wesley, he's such a poor reader. He'd probably read it like that. Poor guy.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
We got Sinhead O'Connor.
Oh my gosh.
It's like Sinead, like that. It's like Sinaed, Sinead.
Oh, poor Sinhead.
Anyways, Sinhead. Rest in peace. Who was the other one that you said?
Pee Wee Herman.
Paul Rubens.
R.I.P.
He was 70? Was that right?
Yeah, he died of cancer.
Yeah, too bad.
It's all those dang microwaves.
Okay.
Killing everybody.
Meanwhile,
Everybody's dying. All right, I think that's time to end the episode.
It's getting late, folks. Please excuse us.
We've got Brian in this corner.
Nothing compares to you.
We've got KT in this corner.
Say something crazy like, I'm wearing ladies' underwear. I'm wearing ladies' underwear.
Boop. Oh, wait, no. It didn't
Are
happen.
you? I most certainly am not. Boop. Looks like you most certainly are. I'm not. What kind? It's a thong.
And I'm Miliana, your host. Let us know down in the comments down below what you thought of this episode. I'm sorry for Brian's behavior tonight and mine. We talked about lady bits, so you're welcome for that.
Geez.
Woo, 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 woo. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we will see you in next week's episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.